Yo, Philly 254 living life. Back at it. So as you can see, the Amazon Luna controller is here. So for the longest, so if you don't know, depending on the order that I post the video between my Luna review and the controller review, my son has had Amazon Luna for quite some time. I got a 5-year-old little son. He's had it for quite some time. He's been playing on the Xbox controller, not the Luna controller. So I went ahead and ordered the controller, free up the Xbox controller for everyone else, and so it got in here. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it feels good in the hand. It feels good. When I say it feels good, it feels nice and sturdy. Everything feels nice and clicky. Buttons feel tight, feel right. Has a little Luna button in the middle. Basically does the same thing as most controllers nowadays. You press it, it turns on, the game channel or whatnot. But here's the thing. I'm gonna compare it to my other cloud service controller, which is Stadia. And you can see I got the little Stadia clamp on there. It's a Stadia controller. So here's my comparison of the two. They're about even. Buttons feel nice. Buttons feel right. Actually, matter of fact, this has a few things the Stadia one doesn't have. A couple of features. So right here on the back, this feels real grippy. I like it. Hold your hand. If your hands get sweaty, it's always good to have some grips on the bottom, on the back. Some people may not like it, the little texture feel to it, but I love it. Like I said, everything feels snappy. Now, here it goes, your USB-C plug-in, very similar to Stadia. But here's the part that is not similar to Stadia. Ooh, come on, open up. Double A's. Its bad boy takes AA batteries. Plug that back in. Stadia has a built-in battery that you can just charge up with that USB-C. So that's one thing that's a knock to me, is I'd rather have a rechargeable battery. I don't know, it's just a thing for me. Now, as far as connection, here's where it does. Has some similarities and some differences with Stadia, in the sense that as far as connection goes, it will connect over Wi-Fi using Amazon's cloud service, very similar to Stadia using Google's. So it's, in theory, everything's supposed to feel nice and crisp online as it connects to Amazon services directly. In theory, again, watch my Luna review. You'll see what I'm going with that. It has a little Alexa button right there. You know how it goes. Plugs in. You can wire in a plug-in there, so that's always a plus. But the biggest thing for me that is a plus for this bad boy, it works over Bluetooth. So it does have Bluetooth connect. You can connect over Bluetooth as well, which is always a plus to me. That's my biggest gripe with Stadia's controller. It does not connect over Bluetooth. Now, here's the weird. So as you can see, I don't have huge hands, so if you got huge hands, this thing is not gonna probably be the most comfortable. It feels a little cramped. Even for my hands, it feels a little cramped. My 5-year-old, he's like, man, I love this thing. The Xbox controller, it feels too big for my fingers. He loves this controller. It's small. The button layout, the whole compact design is a bit too cramped for my style. But if you have small hands, maybe it's cool for you. You have children, it may be cool for them. For those with big hands, even my hands, I don't have huge hands or whatnot. Not too cool for me. I'm not a big fan of that compact cramp style. When I was testing it out on the Luna service, after a while I would feel my hands getting a little tired. Sometimes I'd overreach for buttons because I'm used to them being on different, I won't say different layout, but this how so close they are to each other. It's just always been a problem. I do like the look of it though. I like that purple accent. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I would definitely say overall, pretty good controller. But it has its flaws. But it definitely needs a rechargeable battery. That's a big thing for me. Kind of quit making it so small, man. Quit making it so small. Like everything feels so cramped. Look at this. I feel like my whole hand's about to swallow this thing. So just expand it just a little bit. Let's get a little more room in there. So I don't feel like I'm about to crush it in the palm of my hands or whatnot. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel cheap whatsoever. It feels nice and solid. Feels real good whenever you're picking it up. Has a little weight to it, a little heft into it. There goes I forgot to mention it. There goes your microphone, your 3.5 mic plug in there, so you can plug in your own little mic if you want. I would definitely give this bad boy a solid, what, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. We'll get this bad boy a solid 4, 3.5. We'll give it 3.5, just for the sake of that. Just how cramped it could be. The battery parts, that could be forgiven. It's whatever. You know, Xbox One controllers are, you know, they take double A's too. No big deal. But how it feels in your hand, feeling a little bit too cramped, that's not something you can really work around. You know, it is what it is. It's size factor. We gotta up that a little bit. But everything else beyond that is amazing. I love that Bluetooth connection. I would, if it wasn't so small and compact, I'd get another one and go ahead and, you know, just use that instead of Stadia. I'll be honest with you. Price wise, we're looking at $69. I'm gonna go ahead and put an Amazon affiliate link. That way you can go ahead and grab it if you want it. As always, like, subscribe, do your due diligence. If I have not already posted my Luna review, it's gonna be here within this week. Chances are I might have already posted it, so just check it out too. And that way you can kind of combine the two, get your idea of the Luna controller with the Luna app, or not the Luna app, but the actual Luna service, and get an idea, a full idea and the scope of what you'll be getting into. The price of this bad boy is $69. So just FYI, it ain't super cheap. So know what you just make sure you know what you're getting into. This form factor, like, that could be a problem. That could be a problem for some people. Anyway, like, subscribe, do your due diligence. Catch you later.